What's up, fight fans? Greetings from the Wrestleverse. It's your host, Billy here.
This is T-John.
And it's time to take it to the ring. What's up, man? So what'd you think of this episode of NXT?
I mean, honestly, man, NXT has been the most consistent promotion so far this year, I'd say. I had a great time with this episode. It's just always fun to watch, man. I mean, these guys are, they're it's not wrong to say that they're prospects because everybody's waiting to get that call up to the big shows, but it's like because they're waiting on that, they just have a different drive to them. So every match has been fun to watch. They've all been exciting. The storylines have been great. So I've just been enjoying the ride so far. This last month has been an awesome start, and I think that they're just going to keep that pace for the entire year. Like I can see,
You said it well, man. That's why NXT is so much fun to watch. Even the UK version. So you see a lot of people from UK kind of move up, and that's the next step is to get over here to the States, right? And they're really, really good wrestlers. So they just have to show that they can do that. And every single time those guys go out, they go out hard. And this episode was really entertaining, man. It was nonstop. Even like the backstage stuff had me laughing the whole time.
Oh yeah, man, exactly. Like everything was just entertaining. But I was really happy with how they started it. Like trailblazing start with Imperium showing out against the Diamond Mine group. And you could see from the jump, it was just on,
Yeah, like, the bell didn't even ring, and Gunther just came in and kicked right in the face.
Before they even finished the intro, he just got Roderick Strong right out of there. And he didn't look like he was 100% at all that entire fight. And in my opinion, it really seemed like it was more so like the Creed brothers and the Imperium duo. They were like the main components of the match, and it seemed like they were just trying to impress their leaders in a way. Like,
well, the Creed brothers are really good. They're collegiate athletes. They've been wrestling. I think they came from Duke. But seeing Imperium, another UK set of UK wrestlers that came over, and seeing them all back together, that's a whole new group that the Diamond Mine has to deal with now. They've been kind of the bullies of NXT, really dominating.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you have Gunther coming in, and he's serious. He changed the game with Imperium.
Putting on an impression. He really did. I mean, you can see it here. It was a real struggle, this fight for Diamond Mine Group. But it was a really, really good fight. Don't get me wrong, but man, it was a scrap for sure. But like you said, Gunther, previously Walter he's just a different animal. He just changes the game. Just manhandling the Creed brothers, which we really haven't seen anybody do before.
They're the ones usually doing that.
A whole nother dynamic. Exactly. And they were for a good part of the match, but he just brings a whole nother dynamic to NXT, to where now Diamond Mine Group has to figure out what are they going to do. Because of course, like, let me not get ahead of myself. Imperium won, because Gunther body slammed the crap out of Brutus Creed.
So it was massive. It was, I mean, the guy must have been 6-7 feet up in the air with this huge power slam. It was crazy. The guy's so impressive.
He really is, and I'm really glad to see him as an addition to NXT because, like you just said, Diamond Mine Group has been like the pinnacle of like the teams in NXT, and now we have this new addition that just makes it that much more entertaining. And now Diamond Mine Group has to regroup, figure out how they're going to deal with Gunther because he is just so much more powerful than everybody so far. Like,
an experience.
He's ridiculous. He's a monster.
He's been dominating over in the UK for years, man. And the guy's just a brute.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he'll stay in NXT for long if he keeps this up. I can see him moving up very quickly. So, hopefully he's able to bring Imperium with him, but he's just on another level, man.
Yeah. It was a fun match. That was a really entertaining match. Those guys just beat the hell out of each other. You got to see like some great big like fireman slams, some hook and scoops. It was a cool match.
It definitely was. And then we got to see Toxic Attraction come out.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, do what they do, talking trash about Indy Hartwell, Persia Parada. And they didn't even get to mention Kaylee Ray. But before we even get into that part, Indy and Persia finally got their call up by Toxic Attraction. Toxic Attraction wants that revenge, you know?
Yep.
So they're gonna face Persia and Indy in a tag team title match. And we're gonna see how that goes, man. That's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, they just kind of stirred the pot a little bit, called them out, and it's like, here we go.
Oh yeah. And then before Mandy Rose could even say anything, Kaylee Ray came out on the scene. And you know, she had her back. As you can see, she's always scared of Kaylee Ray. Like,
yeah,
she doesn't want any smoke from Kaylee Ray. But Kaylee Ray is not playing any games with her. She's demanding that title shot. She wants that match with her, wants to get back to her former spot on top. And Mandy Rose knows the dangers of that. So she's just been declining, ducking that smoke over and over and over. And it's not working, you know, no
Kaylee
more,
Ray, she's smart. She knows that she has to get Toxic Attraction separated. So before she even entered the ring, she had that bat. And Rose told her, "It's like, no, okay, the girls will leave. You got to put the bat down." And she's really smart. She knows if she's going to win that fight, she has to keep the girls away.
Yeah, kind of like how Seth Rollins separated Roman Reigns from the Usos. You know,
exactly.
You have to keep people away from interfering so that you have that fair shot. And I mean, she did that the entire time. Like before everything really kicked off, she went up straight to her with like that ominous tone and was like, "You will give me my title shot by the end of this night." And I mean, we saw her kidnap Gigi and Jay. That was ridiculous. Like, she pulls off out of the arena, comes back, then you see her dump spaghetti all over her, slamming cake on her face, just harassing Mandy Rose the entire night. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
man.
Just sending her running for her life just the whole time. And it was pretty funny. The run-in she was having with people backstage. But again, you know, Kaylee being smart, keeping those the toxic girls separate, and she just chased her down, intimidated the crap out of her the whole night.
Yeah, and eventually she did just enough to where I think at the end she started beating the crap out of her to the point where it has to happen. They're going to fight next week for the title, and Mandy Rose clearly is not happy about it.
Yeah,
like, she does not want this fight.
Had the bat in her face, covered in spaghetti, covered in cake, exhausted from running all night.
I feel bad for her, man, because it was tough to watch her get beat down that bad. Like, it wasn't even there was no fight back. You know what I mean? It was literally just Kaylee Ray bullying her the whole time.
Yeah.
So I'm actually interested to see what's gonna happen next week, because we all know how Kaylee Ray's about to show up. She's coming up with a vengeance.
But Rose is good, and I was kind of surprised to see her run as much as she did too. Maybe she just needs to get in the right headspace. She wasn't ready. You know, I don't know, but I was pretty surprised.
Yeah, because I highly doubt it's just going to be a one-sided fight the entire time next week. That's not even going to be close to what happens. But exactly. So I expect an entertaining fight next week. That's something that we can look forward to. And there's also been another really cool development in Cora Jade and Raquel Gonzalez.
Yeah. Dude, that was a great match. Dude, she showed up and really showed what she could do. I mean,
yeah,
great.
It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing seeing her perform. She came in with a goal. She knew she probably wasn't going to win this match, and she was like, "That's fine, but I just need to prove to her that I can be out here with her. I can be just as valuable as a teammate as her former one, Dakota Kai, was." So I think that that's all that this was meant to be. And of course, we saw Raquel Gonzalez really beat the crap out of her, for being completely honest. I mean, it was pretty bad. But
she was making sure she earned it.
Yeah, she showed tremendous heart, man. Like, she didn't give up. There was no easy pins. It wasn't a really short fight. You know, it wasn't too long. Like, but it was just enough to prove to Raquel Gonzalez, like, I'm not just gonna lay back and not be competitive.
Oh yeah,
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
let's be honest. She got hit with. She went from rope to rope. Hurricane Rana had a great like
Oh
missile
yeah,
drop. Well, she got slammed there. That's her getting beat up.
yeah, yeah.
She did good though. I was proud of her. She
She
really
did.
showed
She
out.
really did. Yeah, don't get me wrong, man. I loved the match. I thought it was fantastic. I can't wait to see them partner up and go
That's
into
a
the
good tag
Dusty
team.
Rhodes Cup. Yeah, they are. They're very dynamic because they play off of each other.
Yeah,
I'm more so interested to see how their what's the word I'm looking for? How their
compatibility.
chemistry works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I'm
I
with
just
you.
want to make sure that what they have going on is going to be, perfect. So, I mean, but it should be because with their triple threat match, they kind of teamed up a little bit.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to say. They have the ingredients. Let's just get it in the mix and start practicing. And I'm sure they're going to do that, man. We got a little bit
Hmm.
before the next
Oh
match.
yeah.
So I'm sure now that they kind of have that mutual respect, we can really see them grow as tag team partners.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that as well. But then we finally got to see the comeback of Sarray. How about
Yeah,
that?
that was another good match as well, man. She has this
It
neat
really
little
was.
heirloom she got from her grandmother that gives her this great motivation to come back. And she came back in the right way, man. She really showed us she had some new moves, man. She's learned a lot since the last time she
Yeah.
was in NXT.
Yeah, no, I had a really great time with this match. I didn't know what to expect from Sarray.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been gone for a while, so her coming back and seeing her bubbly personality, her confidence up, it was a really, really cool thing to watch. And her opponent was not trash. It wasn't an easy match for her. And I
Yeah.
appreciated that. It wasn't like a scrap match or anything. They really put up a decent fight towards each other, and their personalities were like polar opposites. Like, I forget her name. What was even her
It
name?
was Melina. I think it was Melina.
Or was it? No, Kayla Inlay. That was her name.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, like, we don't really know much about her. I feel like they were kind of making it a throwaway match, but at the same time, it was competitive.
Oh, it was.
It was
But
a
she
good
definitely
way to
had the
welcome
size
her back.
advantage.
Definitely. I don't know how much more we will see of her yet. I'm sure we'll see plenty of
Oh
her,
yeah.
just not right now. I don't know what else they will have in store for Sarray. I mean, we got to see her and Dakota Kai kind of have a little meet backstage. That was kind of interesting, but Dakota Kai's been just a bummer to people. Everybody around her, she's had nothing but
Yeah.
really negative things to say.
Yeah.
So
She's
I'm
turned into a
interested to
real
see.
smack talker.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like that also can be where Sarray comes in because her, whole personality with her, like, that sundial that she has on her neck now. Like, I feel like that's now going to be a build up to her and Dakota maybe fighting, or maybe she'll just be able to get her out of that funk that she's in. You know what I mean?
I'd like to see that matchup. That'd be really entertaining, and I could see it happening, especially
Oh yeah.
since she's back. She's got to make her way through a lot of these. Well, I mean, she's not really new. Dakota Kai's been around for a little while, but nonetheless,
Yeah.
she's got to come back. She's got to make her way through the ranks, and I think that'd be a great match for her.
Yeah. I think that the both of them, we haven't seen a lot of either of them, of course, and that's fine. But it's time to see them. You know what I mean? Like, it's time
Yeah,
to put them in the spotlight a little bit. Let's see what these guys have, because we really don't know them that well. I mean, we saw Sarray a little bit, and that didn't go that well. That's why she left for a while. And they promote her pretty well, and we've seen a bunch of cameos from Dakota Kai, but there hasn't been anything to really have us invested in them. Does that make
right.
sense?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that she got hurt or something like that. Didn't really want to tell anybody about it, and she's been kind of quiet
Yeah.
backstage.
Probably. I could see that. And then we got to see Carmelo Hayes kind of have a verbal warfare with Cameron Grimes with their upcoming match in 2 weeks for Vengeance
Man,
Day.
Cameron Grimes needs to work on his jokes, man. He came out with some cheesy
Yeah.
SpongeBob jokes, and he just got roasted, man. That was amateur versus professional, man. When it comes to
Yeah,
jokes,
he
he
definitely has
just
to
got
work
ate
on
up.
his trash talk. He has to work on his trash talk. I think it was a good thing that Trick Williams was there because he kind of was able to, push him away from him trying to talk trash because he was going to lose the crowd, man. He was
Yeah,
definitely going to lose the crowd. And I think that just having Trick Williams there, they were able to keep the conversation going, keep their rivalry from being too silly because I think that kind of backfired on how their match is supposed to look. You know what I mean?
I
Like
was
it just
shocked to hear Carmelo Hayes say he considers Grimes a threat in a real challenge,
oh
especially
yeah.
for a guy as
I mean,
good and kind of, I wouldn't say cocky. He can back it up. Uh, but you don't
yeah.
usually hear that. That's not real common, you know?
I think that you have to respect Cameron Grimes, you know? I mean, he hustles. He is a great wrestler. I mean, his character is kind of silly, but it's like light, but him in that ring is a different animal. He doesn't lose often. And
Yeah.
we've seen that this whole year so far. He's been on a streak. Coming
Yeah.
into the year he was on a streak. So I think it's wise that Carmelo Hayes takes this more seriously because I mean he could be in danger. So seeing him at the top and actually taking his title reign serious is actually a really good development to me.
That's a good point.
Nobody wants to lose it.
I
And
was still
yeah,
shocked, but man, I'm ready for it, man. That's going to be a good match.
yeah, for sure. And then we got to see LA Knight kind of steaming backstage about, his feud with Grayson Waller. And we're all, mad that he can't fight Grayson Waller because of that stupid restraining order.
Yeah.
But Joe Gacy kind of tried to, help him out a little bit. We haven't seen that, like, that kind of, positive. I mean, yes, he has like this fake positive attitude, but he kind
It
of was
was
like,
condescending.
I see you're mad. I didn't think it was condescending. I'm gonna be honest. I thought that he was really like, dude, you're really mad. Like, let's channel that anger into something productive because you can't do anything against him. So, let me help. That's what it felt like to me. But LA Knight clearly felt the same way that you did and was like, you can catch these hands in the ring like now. Like,
And they
it
did,
was
man.
it
It
was a
was
good match
great.
though. Great. I had a good time with that match too. It was
That was a
it
fun
was
one.
fun to watch, and we need to give Joe Gacy his props, man. Joe Gacy is not a
Yeah.
bad wrestler. Yes,
No,
he
he's
has
really
Harland,
good.
and Harland, yeah, Harland is just a different animal, and he's a cheat code. But Joe Gacy is his own man, and he's
Yeah.
been proving that lately. Not really using Harland like that. Probably for the best because Harland still is a loose cannon, but it was just a really good match to see, and I was actually impressed still by Joe Gacy. But of course, LA Knight was taking that fight to him, man. He was
Oh,
letting
yeah.
his frustrations out for
They're both
sure.
really good. And Gacy, he's
Oh
been
yeah,
around for a while now, and you wouldn't expect it, especially with that personality you see outside of the ring. But he can turn it on, man, and he can move fast. He can do like this great handspring off the ropes, like this lariat body slam, and he's great on the ropes too, man. He can run around. He's a very strong, fast wrestler that has a lot of tricks up his sleeves, and you don't expect it
yeah,
because of his out of the ring personality. But he can get in there, and it's kind
yeah,
of funny to think of somebody that's so passive, but then gets in there and just starts beating the hell out of somebody. It's a total
yeah.
contradiction.
He's a exactly. It's like he channels all that anger. What he's trying to show Harlan and what he was kind of alluding to for LA Knight is like keep your composure, and when you get in that ring, take it all out on whoever you're facing, and that's what Joe Gacy was doing.
Yeah,
And I think that the match, of course, lost its validity though
man.
because Grayson Waller and Sanjay show up,
Yep.
and I mean they obliterated LA Knight like outside of the ring. LA Knight almost didn't even make the count back because of that stunner that Grayson Waller hit him with.
Yeah, outside of the ring, man, hit him hard. Last second, he was able to kind of spring in there, but Gacy took full
That didn't
advantage,
matter
man.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He like hit him with something like weak. It didn't even look like it was like a lot. He knew that LA Knight was on his last legs and just was like,
Yeah.
just get down and let's end this.
He gave him like a
Pinned him
light
with ease.
crossbody off the feet, kind of a
Yep.
body slam, which he's a big guy. He's probably 230, 240. But still, like that's took the pin. And after that, it continued, man. You saw Walter
Yeah.
kind of get in the ring with him and kind of even pick on him even more. Got choke
Yeah,
slammed.
just like poking the bear, exactly, just antagonizing him more, talking trash about how, he no longer runs NXT, like he's the new face. Waller's the new face of this. This is his show. And LA Knight, I mean, he's on the ground, he's hurting, still trying to get at Waller, but Sanjay's just right there to just put him right back down on the ground. And
Yeah.
Waller kind of makes a bit of a surprise announcement that if LA Knight can beat his bodyguard, that he might consider dropping the restraining order, which I doubt. He's not dropping that. Why would he drop it after his bodyguard loses? That don't even make any sense.
Well, I really think I wasn't expecting the restraining order. Well, the restraining order shouldn't even be there, man. Handle your stuff. Yeah. But I wasn't expecting him to say that. I was expecting, okay, you want to fight me, fight this guy. And he kind of gets beat up and at least warmed up a little bit, before he actually goes at him. He's going to be bruised and beat up, and then it might be a pretty fair fight.
Maybe that's why you made a really good point. Maybe that's why he wants him to fight Sanjay first, and then he's going to drop the restraining order, beat the crap out of LA Knight, and then put the restraining order back in place. Yep. Like I could see that, but that's so dirty. You don't want
it is.
You don't want them to. How do I even say it? Like, I don't like Grayson Waller's character to keep being such a bad heel character. You know what I mean?
He's not good at it.
Yeah, it's not good, and you're making it worse. Like I hate it, and I don't want to hate him as bad as I do because he is really good, and they're just putting this ridiculously bad persona on him. Like nobody is that much of a jerk. You know what I mean? And it's just it's rough sometimes to watch because I want to be a fan of him sometimes, but it's impossible. It's impossible to be his fan.
Well, and you can tell he's still a total AJ Styles fanboy because now he's got a huge, giant Colossus bodyguard just like him. He's moving up. He's almost mimicking AJ Styles style.
Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. Hey, Lady J. Thank you.
What's up?
What a compliment. I know I'm the more favorite because I'm newer, and I'll take that. But I didn't mean to get too sidetracked. I just saw that comment. I had to put it up. Thank you, Lady J. I appreciate it.
Very cool. But, guys, if you're watching, man? Chime in.
Yeah, for sure. But what did you think of Wendy Choo and Amari Miller's match?
So this is the first time I've actually seen Choo wrestle. And seeing her come out with her pajamas and seeing anybody wrestle in pajamas, I was kind of impressed and shocked and confused all at the same time because she did way better in pajamas than I think anybody else could.
I mean, dude, you gotta respect it, man. Like it's something about that swagger to come out in pajamas and a Slurpee or whatever that cup is, like a Starbucks cup, whatever, and have like this sleepy kind of like, I just got out of bed, let me whoop some ass real quick and go back. Like it's something about that actually works. And I haven't seen it before, so it just makes it an interesting watch. You know what I mean? Like we kind of saw it in her. Like I think there was like a 3-woman tag team match. Yeah, there was. It was a 3-woman tag team match where she was with Indy and Persia, and she showed out. She really won it for them in that one too. And it's like nobody is expecting her to come out and dominate the way that she does, and because of that, she wins.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? She puts on a show.
Yeah, some great moves,
she just
man.
puts on a show.
She had like this one great big thrust kick right to the jaw, and it was just on point, man. It just got rocked.
It was awesome. And I mean, it was weird though because we saw Tiffany Stratton and we know she's super new. Like I think she's only had 2 fights so far in NXT, and that's like her only second pro fight ever. So like she came in before like backstage and was like, if you win, like talking to Amari Miller and was like, if you win, I'll take you on a shopping spree. And she saw Amari Miller really get beat and came into the ring and
Yeah.
distracted Amari Miller, completely backfired the plan, trying to give
Yeah.
her the her like black card or something.
Yeah, the
like
credit
that was gonna
card.
help.
Her dad's credit card.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it was
it was
supposed to be
so
like an
stupid of her.
incentive. Like, hey, here it is. I'm not joking. And then she just like completely lost
Before the
interest in
fight.
the match and went and grabbed the card, and that was it, man. That was the end of the fight.
It completely backfired. That was a rookie mistake by Tiffany Stratton. Now you can't distract the person that you're backing to win the fight. And it was awesome because Wendy Choo got the pin pretty
I was just gonna
easily,
say.
somehow snatched that black card out, and you see her just dancing on the ramp, and Tiffany Stratton just losing her mind. So that's going to be another match that
the announcers, like they said, it's like, you imagine how much glitter and Slurpees and balloons she's gonna buy with that card.
Oh man, I know she was super happy about that. Like you could just tell she was having a great time with that for sure. But I'm actually excited to see her and Tiffany Stratton go at it. That'll be a really good match too. I'm excited for that.
Tiffany's strong, man. She is really tough.
Tiffany
you wouldn't think of it with this kind
of be slept on.
What's that?
Oh no, I just said she's definitely not one to be slept on. That's for sure.
Yeah, man.
Like I mean, you could see could see it, man. Like she is dangerous in these last two matches she's had.
She's stout, man. You can tell. Like she does her squats.
Well, she was like a gymnast before this too.
Yeah.
So with her size, she's super athletic and has a bunch of different just a bunch of moves that you wouldn't expect from somebody of her size.
Yeah.
So I mean, that'll be a really interesting match because I can see them flipping all around the ring because you saw Wendy Choo doing that too. So it's just going to be really cool to watch that one play out for sure.
Especially since she's still an up and comer and she's got a lot to learn. Even though she'll have the size advantage, Tiffany will have the size advantage in that match. She's not going to have the experience, and that's going to make a big difference.
Exactly. And since they're both new characters, in their own right, this will be just a fun match for us as fans to really, just develop our opinions even further on who we like more. You know what I mean? Like, because I can see, I don't know why Tiffany Stratton doesn't like her so much, but that's clearly going to be some kind of like beef on the side as well. I don't know where they're going to take
anybody, man. She's stuck up.
Yeah, that's true. But I could see her teaming up more with Toxic Attraction because that's kind of the vibe that she gives off. That's her personality.
That'd be a good fit.
So they might add they might add a new diva in a way to their group.
They need a blonde.
That happening. Yeah.
They need a blonde in there.
That is true. That is very true. So that's going to be a really cool development, man. I can see that, so I'm excited for that.
Call.
But
hey, you guys heard it here first. Tijon said it.
Oh, go for it. Man. Nah, like I'll be like Mystic Mac with this. I have a bunch of predictions. You know what I mean? I'm just glad I haven't been wrong a lot either. Since doing this show, if you guys caught the podcast, me and my boys hit everything almost right on the nail. Like we had everything. Yeah. So hey man, tune in. If you want stuff spoiled for you, my bad. I just be knowing stuff. I can just see where things are going.
No, I love it. I love it. Keep it coming.
What about this new guy, man? Draco Anthony. What you think of him?
Yeah, man. They had a neat little promo. I've seen him kind of get teased before in the past. This was his first match though, and I thought it was great that he went up against Andre. Because he's the teacher, he's a little bit more of a vet. But this guy's a Marine too, so he's a badass. He's just right off the bat.
I mean, you could see him. Like he was super stout, super strong.
Yeah,
he had some really good moves, and I mean, it kind of got trounced a little bit because of what he did later on. But you could see he was really taking Andre Chase to town for a while.
Yeah,
in that match, kind of showcasing really making a name for himself early, trying to get the fans behind him. I mean, of course, people are going to be behind him already since he's a vet. but it just kind of showed, like, you could see a little bit of inexperience that he had in some of the moves that he was doing. Seemed a little stiff, but that'll work itself out the longer he stays in. But
Well,
it was just a really
he's strong
cool.
enough. He almost set in a great lateral press, but Andre was able to roll away, and that was a little bit of that experience thing. The guy has the strength and the speed, though.
Yeah, he can definitely be an entertaining factor. He just made one stupid mistake, and that was messing with the flag. That turned the whole fight around. I mean, like, from the crowd to Andre Chase. I mean, we saw a demon in Andre Chase awaken after that.
I wish I should have got a picture of him. He was just, I freaked out, flipped the switch, and just opened up a can of whoop ass.
It was bad. It was really bad. I couldn't believe it because I mean, I was like, where is this in Andre Chase ever? Why can't he bring that out every fight? Like, there's no reason why we have to watch him be the practice dummy every single time he steps in the ring, basically. And you know, it was awesome to watch him finally have some fire and take it to somebody. You know, we may not know Draco Anthony that well, but the dude is strong, and he was clearly a formidable opponent. So seeing him really, you know, take him to town like that at the end and beat him in such a one-sided fashion that he did was impressive. I was really glad to see Andre Chase finally do something, you know, something.
Yeah, the whole teachable moment stuff's real cheesy. I get that's him trying to be the pass stuff on, you know, whatever. But he's pretty good.
Yeah, we finally got to see it. And I mean, clearly he had like some bloodlust at the end because he did something that I didn't expect. He called out Von Wagner. Like, whoa. Dude. I was like, that's probably not your best move.
He was feeling himself after that one, man. I don't think he was thinking clear. He wasn't even breathing fully. He was exhausted after that ass whooping. He could barely speak at the end of the match. And then he's like, Wagner, I'm coming. It's like, dude, you better get some oxygen to that brain and start thinking a little bit more clearly.
Yeah.
But those words were said, man. He called them out.
I think he's going to wake up today and he's going to have a long talk with Andre Chase University about that, because that wasn't the best thing to do, especially since Von Wagner has been really bullying his entire group since like January 1st. Like, he's
that's
just
a teachable moment for him. He's gonna have to learn.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody gets a teachable moment, and this will definitely be his, because when he does go one-on-one with Von Wagner, it's not going to be pretty, and we all know that for sure.
Yeah, unless he steps on the flag.
I don't know. Yeah, unless he steps on the flag, let somebody just do that. If that's what it takes, if that's gonna be like his Popeye with spinach moment that we need to see him like go crazy, then let's have it. Give him what he needs so that he doesn't get destroyed, because I'm tired of seeing him lose like this. But this next match was awesome. I mean, the definition of a spectacular match, because we got to see former rivals, Tommaso Ciampa and Bron Brekker, team up against Legado del Fantasma, and their match was just like, it was just great. It was a complete match to me.
Yeah, you know, and backstage too, like Ciampa and Bron before the match, they were kind of talking, and he told him, he goes, "I want to make sure that you stay the champ." And my first thought was like, okay, he's got something going on here. But then that match went all the way through, and they were a great team. And they've teamed up before, but they're really getting into a rhythm, man. They were great.
Yeah, no, it was a very nice match to watch. Like, I had no complaints with it. Of course, I know for a fact that the reason why he wants Bron Brekker to stay champion is so that later on he will face him and take it from him. That's 100% happening. But the professionalism to be like, okay, I can bury the hatchet for now. We'll rehash our stuff later, but let's make sure that you win and like have a fair shot against La Familia right now, because they're all coming for Bron Brekker, and Bron Brekker is so confident in himself that it could be his downfall if he tries to take on like 5 people by himself. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that Ciampa was able to, you know, team up with him and give him that fair shot. And we got to see a great match with these guys. I mean, look at this.
Tandem
This
vertical
was
suplex.
awesome. So crazy. And they both of them lifting them in the air, slamming them down. I mean, it was just a crazy match. The only reason why they were even able to stay relevant was because of Santos Escobar over there. Like from the constant interferences that he was doing, especially with Bron Brekker, they were able to just stay relevant in the fight. They almost pinned him, and as you can see, Santos Escobar was just shocked at the fact that they didn't pin Bron Brekker.
Oh man, yeah. Right before that, he landed. It was a great like double front flip, frog splash, and then right into a great takedown. But then Bron came back and just leveled him with a huge spear after he had already hurt his shoulder. Guy's just a brute.
Yeah, exactly. That was the perfect word. That's exactly what I was about to say. He's a brute. Like, he's just a tank. Like, he's not gonna have many techniques he's not a technical wrestler. He's just gonna take you on, and that's just what he's gonna do. And you just have to be ready to deal with him, because there will be no running from Bron Brekker if you're in his sights.
But, you know, Ciampa, he came in like a little pinball, man, bouncing around, taking out anybody in his way.
Dude, I loved the different styles, man. I loved the different styles between the two. And how about the last part where he threw Joaquin Wilde out of the ring onto the broadcaster's table, breaks it immediately.
Yeah, the announcers were like, incoming! Get out of the way!
Yeah, like they barely moved out the way. Like, I think that's somebody right there. Like,
yeah,
just like
they really did, man. They had to stay on their toes. They were juking and jiving, man.
Such a good fight. And I mean, they had the crowd going crazy when that happened. So,
it was impressive.
I think that these two, it was very impressive. These two are meant to be duos. I wish that this could have happened before the Dusty Rhodes Cup, because that would have been awesome to see them in it, man.
They would have cleaned house, man. They would have took
it over.
It would have been destroyed.
Done, and it would have been so good, though. It would have been so good. But, and I mean, I'll take it for what it is. It was a great showing between these guys. You know, Bron Brekker still really hyped, trying to get that match with Santos Escobar, and Santos Escobar still just, you're on my time. It's not yet.
Yeah.
So,
he got that. Like, after the match, they finished it up. They had Ciampa toss him up. They had a great tag team finish. Bron ran around, pushed the ref out of the way for the cover. Did you see that? He's like, get out of my way. She went to go check on him after the slam. He's like, get out of the way. Got the cover, got the three.
I was 100% fine with that too. I was like, what is she doing?
Yeah.
Move. This is a fight.
Get out of the way.
Come on.
And then it goes over to Escobar. It's like, you want some? And dude, the straps came off. Tits came out, man. He was ready to whoop ass right then. Just like, you know, it's serious when the singlet comes down, man.
Yeah, man. Once the straps come off, it's a wrap for you.
Yeah.
But I had a really good time with that match, man. I don't know which one. Well, that's a lie. Now that right before I said that, I was like, let me not even. No,
that last one was a great.
My favorite match. Yeah, that was my favorite match, but close second was the Wendy Choo match. Gotta say, that was my personal.
I'm gonna say first and last, man. Imperium, the 6-man tag team and the 2-man tag team. Both of those were great matches with some great wrestlers.
That is true.
And NXT really gave us a great episode all the way through. And we already talked about it right at the very end. You know, Rose getting chased down, and we get to see that big match. But from start to finish. Even the backstage stuff, man, it was entertaining all the way through. This was a great episode.
All of it was entertaining. I 100% agree with that. Everything was entertaining from start to finish. But, all right, let's get into the ratings then before we get too far into this. All right. So, you know how we do this. 5-star rating being Fight Forever. 4-star, this is awesome. 3-star, you still got it. 2-star, what? And 1-star, worst, man. Boring. Don't watch it. Don't ever watch it. Just watch us, and we'll be way more entertaining. So,
absolutely.
Let me hear what you got first, man. What do you think?
So I think this was a great episode, man. I got to give it a solid 4. Even the last match almost felt like a championship match, man. You got to see some really great wrestlers that just beat the hell out of each other. It was a bit one-sided, but even the moves that they kind of got in, De Familia, it was still really good, and it was a lot of fun. This was a great episode, guys. Definitely check this one out.
100% agree. I wouldn't say it any other way. I think it's a solid 4-star showing, man. I had a great time with it. I think almost every episode that we've rated for NXT has been like 4 stars. Like
The
like I
last
said
month
in the
has been
beginning of
great.
this, man, it's been a great start to the year. They have been the most consistent when it comes to entertaining us. And I know a lot of people have been like, when it comes to NXT, you know, people are more interested in watching these bigger promotions, but man, these guys go at it, and there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
We got to give these guys a chance.
Well, see, that's the
It's
thing.
extremely entertaining.
If you're watching it for production and fireworks and lasers and stuff like that,
Not gonna see it.
then you're not a fight fan, man. If you're a fight fan, check this out. It's some great wrestlers, and definitely check out UK also, man. Those guys are great over there, and you see a whole different kind of technique. It's a lot more Olympic. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, man. No, I think I agree 100% with that, man. I had a great time with it. I can't wait until next week, especially 2 weeks, because that Vengeance Day is definitely going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm predicting Mandy Rose is going to somehow keep the title. I see some dirty plays happening for next week, but I think then it's going to be another match coming into Vengeance Day, because there's no way that that's not going to be a match.
Oh yeah.
So that's
right.
yeah. So I see a lot of interesting developments coming this way, and we can expect a really, really fun night when Vengeance Day happens.
I agree, man. Oh, and until next time, don't stop believing.
Yeah, keep it real, guys.